everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to cover our work at the Douglas TNKATT tournament that took place on June 10th. We decided to launch at Muddy Creek because we had a lot of luck there when we went out fishing with Adam and Trey, and we were going to start out early on topwater because we had a lot of luck in the evenings when we fished Douglas prepping for this tournament, and we were hoping that that would translate into the early mornings as well. The day didn't start out quite as we had hoped. By the time we got there was already 7 other competitors that had launched, so we were going to be sharing this water with other people, and someone decided they were going to camp right next to the boat ramp and leave their pit bull just loose to roam around, and their pit bull decided to take a charge at me. Luckily, he kind of backed off. He maybe didn't mean it, but it was kind of creepy because they didn't seem to care. And they were quite aware that he was going after people. So that wasn't exactly the best start to a tournament day. We'd already had to get up early, drive 45 minutes to the launch, and it kind of dampened the mood for a bit. But we didn't get quite as much luck early in the morning as we had hoped. In fact, everyone we talked to that launched at Muddy Creek didn't have any luck with topwater. In fact, most people didn't do very well there at all. So we had to do a lot of distance paddling and pedaling to get there. We covered, I think, close to 12 miles of water in the entirety of the tournament in all 8 hours. But we're really excited to share this video with you, and we hope you enjoy it.
All right, folks, it's tournament day on Douglas. Out here with Clyde and Sherry, and we got until 2:30 to get our 3 best fish. So let's get out here and see what we can get on. We're going to be starting off the day with some topwater. When we were pre-fishing, we did pretty good in the evening with topwater, so we're hoping we can repeat that first thing in the morning, see what happens.
I really hope I was watching. I didn't expect to catch anything on this edge. He just might be keeper size. I think he might be a little bit short. Okay, first one of the day is 11. Little 11-inch largemouth. I'll throw him back now. There he goes.
There's one. Ah, he's a little bitty guy. Doggone it. Non-scoreable for me. Did you lose him? Yes. Oh yeah. There we go. Are you kidding me? Doggone it. Well, wouldn't be fishing for me if I didn't catch a drum. There's one. I don't know that he's scoreable. Where's the fish?
That's a keeper. Thank you. Oh, let's go. Finally. Jeez. All right. Comes out to 14 1/4. All right, that's the first scoreable of the day. It's taken a while, but there he is. Get it back in the water. There he goes. That's a nice one. Oh, there we go. Oh, I feel you tensing up. He is just under 13 and a half. All right, 13 and a quarter inch largemouth on the Ned rig. Keeper number 2. Oh, okay. That's a decent sized guy. Okay. Whoa. Oh. It's 14 and a quarter. All right, keeper number 3 back here in the same cove, 14 and a quarter. Back in the water with him.
Finally. That one will score. Maybe. Nope. 11 3/4. GoPro capture. Well, that's my third fish that's 11 3/4. Beginning to think the same fish is just following me around the lake.
Oh, it's a freaking walleye. All right, well, I forgot to turn my camera back on, but I was cranking along this bluff here and caught a little walleye, of all things. Look at him. Little walleye. Never caught walleye on Douglas before. Caught him on the French Broad. But I'm just gonna let him go. Holy crap. Something grabbed it off the top of the water.
Another little largemouth. Probably non-scoreable. Oh, we'll never know now. GoPro capture.
Oh. There's a largemouth. I don't think he's 13. He is definitely not above 13. Oh, well, we'll never know. But at least it was a fish. There's another one. A little guy. Little largemouth. Let him go. All right, well, that's it, folks. That's the end of the tourney. Didn't quite go as well as we had hoped. We scouted this place and caught a lot more fish than we did today, but it was a lot more packed today. There was at least 7 other kayak trailers at the launch. So we were definitely sharing this place with a bunch of people, but I caught 3 scoreable, so I can't complain much about that. Not sure if my dad got any the last few minutes or not, but not a bad day overall. Still caught some fish. Nothing big though, which is kind of what we needed for the tournament. But we're going to get back to the boat ramp and get ready to head to check-in. All right, everyone, that is it. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. We really appreciate your support, and we hope that you enjoyed this video. Overall, the Douglas tournament didn't end up exactly how we had hoped. That first 3 hours or so really killed us because we had to play catch up, and we didn't get anything on topwater or in that first area that we had hoped to catch. So we had to spend about an hour pedaling all the way over to another cove that we were hoping to catch fish in, and we ultimately did. In fact, we thought we'd found a pattern about halfway through the tournament because all 3 of my keepers I caught in the exact same cove on the exact same kind of structure. It was submerged trees, getting that Ned rig really close to the trunk and letting it sink. Most of the time they grabbed it before it even hit the bottom. But when we'd fished that cove out and got to another cove with very similar structure, they just were not hauling fish. In fact, we tried several other places with similar structures, and anything that we caught was really small. So ultimately what killed us was we weren't able to find the big fish like we were catching with Adam and Trey. We were catching some that were, 16, 17 inches, but we couldn't get anything that was above 14 and a half or so. But overall, I finished in 20th with 41 3/4 inches, and my dad finished in 29th with a 13-inch largemouth. So we didn't get skunked. That was out of 33 anglers, which isn't bad. So overall, it was a good day, especially for a body of water that we don't really know. And we feel a lot better going into next year's tournament. We're hoping to put a little bit more time into fishing Douglas and a couple of the other lakes in East Tennessee, just so we can be better prepared for when the next TNKATT season happens. But with that being said, what is the plan for the next couple of weeks? Well, as I stated earlier, this has been a very busy May and June for us. We fished 3 separate tournaments on 3 different bodies of water in the span of 6 weeks. Between my dad's perspective and mine, I've combed through a little over 150 hours of footage over these 6 weeks, so it's been pretty chaotic. And honestly, since the June tournament, I've not done a very good job of keeping my files organized. I've been dumping memory cards onto my computer and not really thinking about how I wanted to do those videos. I was too focused on those 3 tournaments. So I don't think I'm going to have a video ready for next week. I'm going to spend the next few days really combing through that footage, see if there's anything worth keeping, because honestly, in June, we had a few trips that weren't really worth keeping. Only caught a few dinks, and we tried some new areas that didn't really pan out. And I don't want to just upload empty content. I want to have better videos for y'all with more exciting fishing and more information and just overall higher quality production I'm trying to put into these videos. But this is uploading on July 21st. Tomorrow is the TNKATT River Wars tournament, which we're really excited to be fishing. Anyone who has watched our channel for any amount of time knows that we love to fish for smallmouth on the rivers. So we know these bodies of water much better than we know all the lakes in East Tennessee. So we're really excited to try this out. We're hoping to do a lot better than we did in Douglas, fishing on probably the French Broad, although we might try the Holston. It depends on weather and what the generation schedule is going to be like for the dams. But we're really looking forward to it. We love fishing for smallmouth, as I said earlier. And I've got a new toy. This came in just before I started recording this. I got a new Kistler KLX spinning rod. It's a medium. I've already got one Kistler spinning rod. It's a technique specific for Ned rigging because I fish the Ned rig on any body of water that I fish. But on the rivers, I tend to use a lot of smaller baits. So a lot of Kitech swim baits, little Fluke Juniors, that kind of thing. And I wanted a slightly beefier rod for that kind of thing. So this is a medium. It's going to be primarily for smaller, like Kitech swim baits, maybe some little spinner baits, smaller rattle traps, that kind of thing. And I'm really looking forward to putting this through their paces. We've been really pleased with the Kistler rods that we've gotten so far. and I'm really looking forward to testing this one out on the river. It's I got it specifically for this tournament. But with that being said, again, thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. I really appreciate that support. We're really looking forward to the next few weeks of content. Summer is a really good time of the year for us, and we're hoping to get some really good content out there for you. But then again, I hope y'all have a really good weekend. If you're interested in following along with the River Wars tournament, I'm going to put the score tracker in the description of the video. Lines in is at 6, so don't have to get up that early if you don't want to. But if you want to check in and see how we're doing, you can look for either Clyde Timms or William Clyde Timms. We have the same name, so it should be easy to find us. But again, thank you for sticking to the end of the video. Have a great weekend, and we will see you in the next one.